Welcome to Roar Healing Stories. I'm your host, Ellen Line. Let's dive in. This is a bonus episode of Roar Healing Stories. It's been a tough couple of weeks as far as news goes if you are a person who is not a MAGA person. I know I have been feeling a little bit hopeless, sometimes feeling a little bit lost, sometimes feeling kind of overwhelmed by everything that's happening, by the way that executive power seems to be increasing. And when the executive is someone who doesn't seem to have a moral compass, that's really scary. And I also wanted to share a little bit about a conversation that I had with a friend recently. Part of what we're doing here at Roar, Find Your Fierce, and with Roar Healing Stories is helping folks to rediscover and reconnect with their truest essence, right? We all have this really deep inner knowing that, we are connected to when we are born, but throughout life, our experiences, society, our culture, what others want from us tends to cause us to forget or tends to cause us to lose that connection to our inner knowing, right? And so part of my vision for Roar and Roar's work in the world is to help folks reconnect to our deepest wisdom, our clearest inner voice, our clearest inner knowing. It's hard work. It's really important work. And it is the kind of work that leads to freedom. If you grew up always believing that you had to shrink yourself in order to get along with people, or that you had to walk on eggshells, that you had to be very, very careful in order to be worthy, or in order to be lovable, or in order to receive the care that you need, you had to kind of make yourself small and quiet and timid and, gentle or obedient. If that was how you learned to navigate the world, you needed to do that for a time, right? And when we stop doing that, we have all this freedom to be who we truly are, to live from a place of that deep inner knowing, to become who we're meant to be rather than who we were told we were supposed to be. There is a freedom there that no one can take away from us, right? No executive branch can legislate away. No politician can make illegal. There is a freedom there that gets to exist regardless of what our civic or political freedoms are. And I was talking with a friend about this, and I named it soul freedom. There is this soul freedom that we get to have regardless of what's going on in the world around us, if we want it and if we're willing to work for it. And yeah, no one can take that away from you. No one can take away from you the ability to tune in and to listen to that inner voice and to live the life that you are meant to live, regardless of what anyone else thinks about how you should be doing it. It's my hope and my wish that we all get to find soul freedom, that every single human on this planet can unlearn all of the lessons and heal all of the traumas that are keeping us stuck in patterns that are no longer working for us. And I just wanted to say, in the midst of political turmoil and upheaval, that this work is so important and that you shouldn't feel guilty about it if you're on a journey and you're still healing, or maybe you're feeling better than you've ever felt, while it feels like there are these big, big attacks on democracy and this other kind of freedom that, we have been accustomed to, but seems to be having some challenges right now. I also saw recently that authoritarianism is a reactionary energy or a reactionary, like authoritarianism doesn't emerge naturally in people groups, but it emerges in response to progress, and that we are meant to make progress. And so that's been another thing that's been helpful just as I'm feeling, stress and overwhelm about what is going on politically right now. And so I wanted to share that too. We can choose to focus on the progress, and we can choose to focus on the freedom that nobody can take away from us, while we also maybe are writing our senators and our congresspeople and advocating. And if you're a protest person, being in the streets protesting. And if you are a share on social media person, sharing on social media. And if you are a baking casseroles for your neighbor person, baking casseroles, right? Like, I think we all have our part to do in this time, and we all have steps that we can take to impact the world around us and to impact our communities. And I hope that we can be doing those things. And also, it's just a lot, and this is heavy. This is a heavy time. And if you're feeling heavy, that's okay. I hope you know that you can take a break. You can join with me in trying to focus on this freedom that can't be taken away from us, and the progress that everything that is happening now is in response to. Even if it doesn't feel like it in this moment, the world is going to be a better place when we leave it than it was when we entered. And that part of the way that we can do that is by finding our soul freedom. Yeah. So if you have questions about that, I think I've really recently kind of landed on helping people find their soul freedom as one of my missions with this work and with my work with Roar. And so if that is an idea that resonates and you have questions about it, I would love to hear your questions. I would love to know what kind of support would feel helpful in finding your soul freedom. Let me know what your questions are and how I can help. Thanks for listening to this rambly bonus episode today. I'll meet you on the next one. Hello, this is Outro Ellen. Thanks so much for listening today. If you're interested in hearing more healing stories, please subscribe on the platform where you're listening or join my newsletter, Find Your Fierce, on Substack. If you subscribe on Substack, you'll get an email every time I publish an episode, so you'll never miss one. The link to Substack is in the episode description. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can head over to Find Your Fierce and join as a monthly, annual, or founding subscriber. Paid subscribers make it possible for these stories to be shared far and wide, and you'll get access to bonus letters, episodes, and events that are just for subscribers. If you want to go above and beyond, please leave us a rating or a review on the platform where you're listening, or share this episode with a friend, frenemy, lover, family member, boss, colleague, or someone who needs it. I'm sending you the love and peace you need to be your best self today and every day. Audio hugs. Bye.